Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, reviews, commentaries, reactions, topics, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe, a new Beavis and Butt-Head film, which is on Paramount Plus, but, you may be able to find other places to watch it if you want. Now, I'm a Beavis and Butt-Head fan. Did I grow up with them? I think I don't know if it was my cousin's place. I remember we didn't have MTV as a family. We didn't have cable. We only had 4 channels: ABC, CBS, another form of CBS, and PBS. So I might have seen bits either on a VHS tape or at a cousin's house or something. So I knew of them. And I had enjoyed the first movie, Beavis and Butt-Head Do America. Now, I think they had a Genesis, my cousins, and I maybe played a little bit of the game. I remember playing a bit of the Genesis game back in the day and not knowing what the hell I was doing. But as the years come and go, to give a shout out to my friend Fabio, the Italian Stallion 51, I still am very humbled that he took the time, and I still have them over there, he took the time to have DVDRs made that had the complete Beavis and Butt-Head show. The music videos, the early cartoons, because the Beavis and Butt-Head sets that came out, the My Judge collection, those suck. Because My Judge picked whatever episodes he wanted. It doesn't have nearly all the episodes. A good chunk of the first season is gone because he thought it was too rough, too ugly, too crappy. I'm like, well, let the viewer decide. I get that the music videos, maybe it'd be tough to do because of copyright. But the cartoons, you own. You should have at least put all the cartoons on there. And you didn't. So Fabio was very nice to send that. It was great to rewatch. And I also have this. This is the whole show, thanks to a very nice guy who I don't want to get him in trouble, so I won't name him. But I was able to get this, and this is a very good set. And has a lot of stuff on it, so very, very cool. This is fantastic. So lucky enough to have that. And I even liked the 2011, like the revival. I thought this was very funny. I thought this was very entertaining. It's sad this only lasted 1 year. I keep hearing different reasons to why it only lasted 1 year. I don't know the exact. Some people say it was the ratings. Other people say MTV changed their mind. They didn't want to do animation anymore, or MTV wanted to shy away from stuff, or I don't know what the whole deal was. I remember one episode that was funny was they saw Twilight, and then something about it. They wanted to be werewolves, so they got hair from a homeless guy or something, and they thought if we look like werewolves, we'll get chicks. And they commented on reality shows and some stuff on the internet. I thought that worked well because back in the day it was music videos, but you can find music videos on YouTube, but it's not as prominent as back in the day. So I thought that was nowadays they would do YouTube, which is funny because you look at all these YouTube reactions. The original reactors was Beavis and Butt-Head, if you think about it. How many people on YouTube now react to music videos and trailers and things of that nature? These guys were doing music videos. They were doing YouTube stuff before YouTube back in this day. And either they were making fun of it or this and that. But yeah, I thought the revival was a very good, underrated. Now, the fact they were doing another movie, I was intrigued, but at the same time, I'm cautious because many times it gets screwed up. But I can safely say, after 5 minutes of talking, if you like Beavis and Butthead, you'll enjoy this. This was a lot of fun. This would be in my top 5 of the year. It would. For me, I enjoyed The Batman, The New Rescue Rangers, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'd probably put this at number 4, and then Jackass 4 at number 5. This was a lot of fun. Like I say, if you like Beavis and Butthead, it does feel like something that would go to streaming and not theatrical, so it makes sense why it went to streaming. Beavis and Butthead Do America, in a way, felt bigger. Plus, it helped that you had people like Bruce Willis and Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries voicing some of the characters. I think you had, was it Greg Kinnear? I think voicing a character in Do America. This is not woke. This is not agenda driven. They don't force any politics into there. In fact, there's one thing about it that is actually rather funny and is one of the better scenes in the movie. It's straightforward Beavis and Butthead stuff. Again, if you like Beavis and Butthead, it's easily worth a look. It's pretty much Beavis and Butthead. They're at this science fair. One thing leads to another. It accidentally gets destroyed. And somehow how much do I want to mention so I don't spoil it? That's why I'm pausing. I'll mention spoilers when I get to it for those who haven't seen it. One thing leads to another, and they get to space camp. And then one thing leads to another, and they get in outer space. Then one thing leads to another, they get into a black hole. And then one thing leads to another, they are jettisoned from 1998 to 2022. Where they don't know how phones work and all that jazz. I would say the villains are not as good as Beavis and Butthead Do America. Because of that, again, you're dealing with Bruce Willis, Demi Moore, Robert Stack. Here, there's this female governor. I was very indifferent to her character as a villain. Once again, it's the government going after Beavis and Butthead, thinking they're national security threat, kind of like the first movie. There's a bit of sci-fi into this, of course. But Beavis and Butthead has kept their... My judge kept who they are. The core of who they are and what they do and how they act. And my judge really hasn't missed a beat on that front. And there were quite a few moments in this that I did chuckle and laugh at. So, I'm going to get into spoilers. This is the best way for me to do it. Again, I'll say this. If you like Beavis and Butthead, if you like this stuff, you like Do America, it's worth a watch. Again, I don't think the villains are as strong as in the first movie. Again, sometimes the plot with the government felt like a little bit of the first movie. The music, I don't think the soundtrack's as good as the first movie. Just like the first movie, you had a roller coaster, baby, baby, I wanna ride. This one, there's one montage where a really crappy rap song is playing. Also, the fact that you never hear the classic Beavis and Butthead theme. You know when Beavis and Butthead appears? I was hoping to hear that at least once. That was disappointing to not hear that at least once. So there's little nitpicks I have with it, but overall, the end of it, kind of a cool Star Wars type chase scene just for the opening. of it, as and the way the titles appear. I thought that was very cool, very unique way to visually to showcase the titles. But that's where I was hoping we have the classic when you have the Beavis Butt-Head. You know, that classic short theme. So like Butthead's kicking Beavis in the balls, and their teacher comes in. Oh, is this something you do for the science fair? What science fair? They don't even realize they're in the middle of a damn science fair. So they do something. Again, last time I say is spoilers. He finds something bigger to kit Beavis in. He flies off, rolls into this cacti. Some explosions happen. And Beavis like, did we win the fair? Yeah. And we kicked its ass. So they get in front of a judge, and the judge, he pretty much talks about how he should send them to jail or juvie or something like that. But he's like, you know what? I don't know what the deal is with touched by an angel. Or is it touch with an angel? It's weird you say touched by an angel. It's like, well, what kind of touch? Do you have spacey touch? Or... But it is weird, that title now in retrospect, if you have a certain mind frame of it. But I think it's touched by an angel. Below the belt, above the belt. But he saw the show and he felt... well, they do say Beavis and Butt-Head. He said touched. And the judge wants to give the kids more hope for their future, so sends them to space camp. And it's the type of jokes like there's a bit in Space Camp where the shuttle has to dock. Of course, they love it, and they keep doing it like all night long, and they still Beavis going, ooh yeah, and Butthead going, yeah, all night. And that's the thing about the show and the movies is that Beavis and Butt-Head are dumb, but technically everybody is dumb. All the adults are dumb. Like the presumptions they go into, like the judge being dumb to send these to space camp, the people there being dumb to think that these two they're doing this because they love space so much, and in fact the lady invites them to be into space. Like everybody's dumb. Like Beavis and Butt-Head may be dumber, but everybody's dumb in these movies. And the bad presumptions, like Beavis and Butt-Head think they're going to score with this lady in space when she's talking about how we're going to go into space and do it as in do the docking that they were doing, not sex, but of course Beavis and Butt-Head think that. So then she's describing all the people that went into space, but Beavis thinks it's all the people she stored with. So she mentions all these men and women and a chimpanzee, and Beavis is like, well, that's a little more I was hoping, but that's okay. Or when they're in space, they turn the telescope to the sun, and Beavis looks, and it burns his eye, and Bud's like, well, try the other eye, dumbass. You got two of them. Okay. Ah! And then Bud's like, let me do it. And then you just hear Butthead scream once, and then you get the idea he tried the other eye, so you hear the other scream. Something about Beavis and Butt-Head is that the way the voices work, the simplicity, old school animation style, the simple stupidity, for some reason makes it even that much funnier and not filled with pretension, not filled with... It's funny and it's witty, but at the same time screams lowbrow as well. At one point, like the Beavis and Butt screw up the docking, and the astronauts don't have much air left. And then the captain, she's gonna go out, but then Beavis and Butt-Head go in and piss her off, so she like knocks them out into space. and then they go into this black hole and they transport the 2022. Even though they're on Earth, Beavis keeps asking, "Are we still in space? Are we still in space?" And of course, they see his sign 2022, but the sign they like more is the 69 sign. I will say at times they're visited by a smart Beavis and Butt-Head. I guess I was indifferent to it, like compared to a lot of people. A lot of people love smart Beavis and Butt-Head, who look like. I swear, the way their outfits looks like something from like Star Trek. And the shtick is that they are smarter. They're still dumb, but they are smarter. They're able to talk smarter. And oh yes, that's very funny. Yes, that's very humorous. Yeah, that's very humorous. For me, that got old quick. And whenever the Smart Beavis and Bud came on, I gotta say I wasn't that interested in it compared to others. I just didn't think it was as funny, and I just preferred concentrating on the regular Beavis and Butthead. It was something different. It didn't feel like a regurgitation. But that's how I would say that while I do like the film, I do think Beavis and Butthead Do America is probably the better movie because it has the better villains, because it felt bigger like a movie. Which is strange to say because they go into space here. I just with the universe, the title, I thought they were going to go into other universes, like other universes and other versions of themselves. So I thought, okay, that's going to be a bigger movie than the first one. Do the universe, they don't go through all these universes and to the future, and this was the very past, but they're still the same dumb selves, but they're going through all these like dimensions. But that's not the case. It's just they're just into 2022. I thought, oh, okay, and it's still kind of like a road trip movie again. But again, when it's Beavis and Butthead, and it was great to see them again. I think that's another thing. It was just great to see these characters again. I know there's talk of doing another show. How that works or not, I don't know. We'll see. But this was still a fun movie. Like when they're trying to deal with the phone and the guys want them to take the picture, but they don't understand. They think it's a TV. Hey, this guy gave us a TV. This show sucks. It's just these fat people standing there. Because it's the couple, they don't realize it. Shut up, I'm trying to watch this TV. Or they are confused that a phone can pay for stuff. So all they do is they go to places and buy nachos upon nachos. This shitty rap song plays. I don't know why they had this song in there. I thought that really sucked. And here's the thing, yeah, I like the film, but that doesn't mean I won't complain about a couple stuff. I like that the animation is similar to the first, because it gives that retro feel to it. I like the Beavis and Butthead performances. I think they fit well with the original and even the 2011 one. It feels in that same vein. There's moments that did make me chuckle and laugh. I can't do them as well as Mike Judge did, but uh, I mean, to see Beavis and Butt in space, and then there's a point where they're in prison, and that was fun to see. I like that there's a bit of a nice emotional bit with Beavis. I thought that was nice and refreshing. Where, because they don't know what Siri is. Yes, this female voice, and Beavis thinks it's a real person and starts talking and conversing and kind of falling in love with Siri. Because again, Beavis doesn't understand. He tells about how, he never had anyone listen, but still keeping in character, and that's a hard balance. That's a tightrope to traverse. I thought they did that rather well, where it's still in the Beavis character, but at the same time, it's kind of endearing. It's kind of endearing that, this is someone who finally listens to him, and, I don't understand Butthead. Yeah, that's right, I don't understand him either. He just wants someone to listen to him. And kind of falls in love with Siri, and, there's even a part where it's like, even when I don't get a boner, I still, it's like, wow, it's a little bit of growth, and then buttheads make you fun of it. Now, granted, sadly, nothing ever comes of that eventually. It's not like that Beavis ever stores or gets a girlfriend or anything, but it was still nice to see that little bit of endearing quality put into there. So yeah, you have the military government chasing them, thinking that they're aliens. You have the governor chasing them because the governor finds a picture of them and goes, "Oh my god." She figured out very quickly that they went through a black hole, and they don't try to ruin me, or they don't try to tell people I try to kill them, and so she's trying to kill them. So it's starting like she's trying to kill him, like Bruce Willis is trying to kill him. Robert Stack was trying to, in the military, trying to get him. In the first movie, here it's other military guys. So that felt, again, kind of familiar. But it didn't feel like a remake of the first one. And I would say I got more enjoyment out of this than Bill and Ted Face the Music. Like Bill and Ted 3. Because this doesn't ruin the characters. Like Bill and Ted 3, which I know a lot of people loved, I was one of the only people that disliked it because I thought this traps on the second film. Just may seem like everything, the end of the second film didn't matter. Oh, that didn't happen. They didn't change the world at the end. Yeah, I did. I saw it. And oh no, well, they weren't meant to save the future. It was their kids. Oh, is that why in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, it's just the two of them, the statue, be good to each other? That's why it's only the statue of the two of them? There's no other children. Is that why in the first film, it was just the two of them doing this in that future? It wasn't the two kids. So don't give me, it was like that the whole time. No, it's some fucking bullshit where you're losers until you're kids, and now you're not losers. I'm like, fuck you, movie. Fuck you. Then just try and do a shitty remake of the first where the two girls just go through what Bill and Ted did in the first two movies, but they do it quicker and faster and better. While Bill and Ted show they're a loser in this reality, they're a loser in this one, there's a loser in this one. Yay. Yeah, that's really fun. That's really fun. Fuck Bill and Ted Face the Music. To face the wall. In Time Out Forever. This one was a lot more satisfying, a lot more fun. And my favorite moment is they go to a college as a bunch of these, either women or other people talk about, Beavis and Butt talk about sluts and stuff. And so they tell them, see, these people have what we call white privilege. And I groaned for a bit. But then Beavis and Butt go, what? That's cool. And immediately they leave and they start stealing everything. They just go in, they steal food, they cut in line, they steal stuff from a store. Step aside. We have white privilege. We got white privilege. And like they steal like a cop car or something. It's like, you can't arrest us. We have white privilege. I just thought, this is what we were taught, sir. And they're just stealing shit. Sir, this is what we were taught. I thought that was so damn funny. It was a big kind of like middle finger to that. At least the way I took it. I thought that was hilarious. That was probably my favorite scene in the movie. They go to prison. There's a whole cornholio scene. So they bring the cornholio back. And even the prisoner's like, yeah, we want TP as well. I love the dream scene that Beavis has where he imagines the governor Because that's who he thinks is Siri on the phone is also the governor. The girl from back in the day for Space Jam at the store. Imagines her like scantily clad with a sword, cutting off heads of people that mess with Beavis, and they get on a unicorn, and unicorn is Butthead. I thought that was really funny. It was cool to see Beavis and Butthead get into a fight at the end. Hadn't seen that in a long while. And they split up. And you get a little sense of Butthead actually that he does care for Beavis. Just like when they get back together, in their own way, they go, "No, I'm not going to score. I'm not going to score. And you're not going to score. We're going to score." Like, that's a way of Butthead kind of making a note of that he does care. I thought, as strange as it is, it's weirdly endearing. Now, we need to go find a car. Butthead, we're in a car. Oh, yeah. And, things work out at the end. No, they never score. They never will score. Although the smart Beavis does score. And there's like a ceremony where all these other different Beavis and Butthead, they crown Beavis because he's the first and only of all Beavis and Buttheads that have ever scored. It was cool seeing all the different designs of the Beavis and Buttheads in that scene. So, yeah, I do have nitpicks with it. Like I said, the villains, I don't think they're as interesting as, Robert Stack and Bruce Willis in the first one. Some parts of the plot seem familiar to the first, but very, vague-like. With the title Due to the Universe, I was hoping that, again, they would traverse more of different universes. And I think that could have opened up a lot of possibilities for humor and all these different, even more crazy locations that Beavis and Butthead could do their thing with. I picture like an alien thing with tendrils, gets Beavis and Butthead, just pulls them in, and then they come out, they're filled with goo, and it's like, I think I scored. Or something like, or like Beavis does score, but he doesn't realize he scored. So he really did score with an alien chick, but he didn't realize it because he's too stupid to realize it, even though he did, because aliens do it differently. There's just other possibilities. Listen, I wish we could have heard that little bit of the old school theme. But like I said, these are nitpicks that I have. It's short. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Less than 90 minutes. Well, not to say, because the end credits are pretty short. 90-some minutes, you go in, you enjoy it, you come out. Doesn't overstay its welcome. When you watch it, you go, man, I wish for more. That's when you know the movie works. It's funny, it's entertaining. Beavis and Butthead are their old school selves. They still work in 2022 like it did throughout the years. And it's just revisiting old friends. No agenda, no wokeness, none of that crap. Like I said, if you like Beavis and Butthead, if you enjoyed this stuff here, you're going to enjoy the movie. I'm not saying you don't give it 5 out of 5 stars, but in this day and age, it didn't suck. It was far from sucking. I would give it maybe 3.5 or maybe 3.5 out of 5 stars, maybe 4 out of 5, 3.5, 4, one or the other. Like I said, definitely in my top 5 of the year. It says it's Paramount Plus. That probably means there won't be a physical copy, which sucks. But, it is what it is. If the show is of this quality, then I welcome it and I'm curious to see it. But yeah, Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe. It's a fun sequel. Again, I probably say I like the first one more, but it's a fun sequel. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.